Tennis is on. Thank God, this is a boring sport. Is this Wimbledon? It's awfully sunny. It's a chap with a Heinrich Himmler haircut. Were they big on tennis? The National Socialists of Germany? I don't think so. Was that the reason they annexed the Sudetenland? Is it tennis? Probably. The tenacity of the Tenazis. They're on grass. There's about 4 people watching. Who are these people? They're not very popular. ATP. All tomorrow's parties. Why am I watching tennis? Louvre. Love one. We all know that comes from Lif, as in an egg. Because they write the letter 0 and even the number 0 to look like an egg in France. That's how culinary they are. They can't resist adding a bit of their cuisine to every form of human endeavor. Luf. What is it? Luf 15. That's about it, isn't it? It's only one. Luf. Love 15. Don't say love 15-year-olds, though. That's not acceptable. No. Unless you're 15. But not 15 in spirit, 15 in years. You can't go into court and say, but I feel 15, even though I'm a 73-year-old man who wears his underwear outside his trousers to check for skid marks. Yes, spiritually I feel young. I still feel like I'm 15. That's why I was caught in that bordello in Moldova. No, it doesn't work. It might work. It probably worked 100 years ago. That was the thing back then, wasn't it? All the Victorians. They were wonderful people. Showing even a dash of ankle was high treason, but then we go to the East End and engage in child sex trafficking of the disenfranchised. They weren't even allowed to vote, the working class scum, before. Right up until 1918, they were allowed to vote. I may have talked about this before. And it was really nice of the upper classes to allow the working class to vote. It was their way of saying, please don't kill us like the Russians killed their aristocracy. It was really, really kind-hearted. It came from a good place of fear of death. Nothing brings out the humaneness of someone, of the fact that at some point they may have their head sawn off. It's funny how that works on people, isn't it? And then, I think I may have mentioned this as well, the same time, women didn't get the vote in 1918. Middle-class women got the vote to sort of counteract the working-class scumbags having the vote, the males. So it wasn't really a deafening blow for egalitarianism, far from it. The working-class women didn't get the vote, not up until 19-something. Working class women, I think they vote more than men, don't they? Women vote more than men. I'm not talking about, American Idol here. I mean, I think actually American Idol does get more votes than general elections do. Maybe they should have that. That's what they should do. They should have a sing-off. Get Trump, Clinton, doing some karaoke. Whoever pulls it off gets to be the leader of the free world. I'd do that. I'd go for that in a second. Then, of course, you'd be getting Christina Aguilera as vice president. Not that I think she's a good singer, but lots of other people do. Mariah Carey, of course, she's the OG for totally inane and vacuous vocal histrionics. with no depth whatsoever of human feeling. Sorry, Mariah Carey. What the hell happened to her? I remember when she first came out. Just a normal looking young bird. Now she's turned it into some horrific sort of robo bimbo. Massive Please, ladies, for Christ's sake, do not put bags of liquid silicone. Don't slice open parts of your body and slip this foreign object or two foreign objects in there just to get attention from depraved men. I don't know any men who like that. You know, I haven't asked many men, to be honest, but those are not the type of men I associate with. I couldn't. I don't know. I think one woman, after I did this show, came up and she was mad as a hatter, and I was talking to her, and she had cleavage, but it was the sort of that cleavage it's like the White Cliffs of Dover. It doesn't really sort of hang there. It just sort of it's like a two pieces of Tupperware. You know, it just doesn't. It looks odd. I think she also was wearing coloured contact lenses and dyed blonde hair. Jesus Christ. I mean, don't get me wrong, I try to look as attractive as possible. Constantly. I'm constantly changing my undergarments, you know, on a monthly basis, but I wouldn't describe myself as overly vain. I mean, I miss a month here and there. Eventually I get the chisel out and crack them off as they shatter on the ground, and then I spray paint on some more of my flesh-coloured jockeys. Yeah, I've been going for thongs a lot recently, flesh-coloured thongs. That's a good look. It's a huge, with a gut. Oh, you can't beat that one. You've got the thong. And I've been trying to make my buttocks flatter in more almost concave buttocks. Concave buttocks with mottled, with a thong, flesh-coloured, and a gut hanging over it. This, to me, is what women should be seeking. I don't know if they actually are, but to me, I judge a woman if that's their thing. If you want to look like, you know, a 65-year-old Italian man on the Riviera, yeah, I mean, in Italy you would see that a lot. You'd see these bronzed gods in their late 60s wearing tiny Speedos, walking along the river. Not the river, the beach. Sometimes the river. A lot of hypodermic syringes on the riverbanks in Italy. Be careful. Especially Florence. Jesus Christ. I mean, it was just piles and piles of hypodermic syringes. What happened is the mafia, in their true patriotic love of their country, decided to flood it with cheap heroin to get everybody hooked on it so they could make even more money. Though, yeah, I guess there's a certain global identity about it. Like, why shouldn't they do it to their own Italian people? Why should they just do it to other countries? In a way, it was highly ethical of them. In fact, I think that was that they were woke, the woke mafia. They said, "Man, we don't want to discriminate. We don't want to, you know, we think all human beings deserve to be addicted to our substances so we can make vast amounts of profit." These Colombians are coming up, taking over. Pablo Escobar. Yeah, what a fashion icon he is. Really. I mean, I wonder why that never really took off his look. The Escobarian look. You know, so curly, wavy hair in a side parting that's long. Well, who does he look like? I mean, what occupation does he? I mean, you know, glamorous drug dealer. What does he look like? Someone who runs a kebab restaurant. Yeah, someone who works in some form of fast food at the back, who has a sign saying employees must wash their hands after going to the toilet constantly. And that's sort of a typhoid Pablo of late night snacking. Yeah, he looks like a short order cook, Pablo Escobar. What other occupation would be in? Mechanic? Nah, not mechanic. He's got a chef vibe about him. Okay.